Julie, hello there. Doing okay. I'm wondering about how past trauma or conditioning affects our human design. Is it part of it? Is it a part of our conditioning that we are meant to become deconditioned to? Yeah. Yeah, it's a wonderful process. Good question. It's a good question. Yeah, I think so. I think a beautiful but also a difficult part of the process is the deconditioning part of it. And most definitely, um, past trauma and conditioning is like a part of the human design journey because most of us, the very big majority, has some open centers in the human design. So it can be your open head, it can be your open heart, it can be your open throat center, it can be your open root center, spleen, whichever it is, and it can be multiple. Those are the places where you get mostly conditioned by the outside. Because any place where you have an open center, that's a place where the outside world can really affect you. And you could be, like you say, past trauma. You could be, for example, living with your parents or with a spouse or with somebody for a long period of time. And if you don't know what your human design is, like where you might have been, where are you susceptible to conditioning? Then you don't even know that that's from another person. You think that's you. You think, oh wow, like I'm never gonna be stable in this area or stuff like that. And then you can only feel that when you like distance yourself from certain people. Not that those people are evil or bad or any of those adjectives. It's just that you can't really know who you are until you kind of until you are alone for enough time, and then slowly you start the deconditioning process. And again, I'm not saying like you need to go live in a cave somewhere in order to start to decondition. I'm just saying that because, like you asked, past trauma conditioning, it can latch onto you. It can. The biggest thing is identifying with the thing. So, like, the biggest issue with conditioning is you thinking that whatever has happened to you, or you thinking that another person's energy is actually you when it's not. And then we have attachment, we have addictions, we have, like, let's say you are living with somebody and that person defines your open centers and conditions you in a way that's not like good for you. Like, we want to be conditioned in a good way. Like a good partner is somebody that's actually gonna condition you. They're gonna feed you their energy, but that energy that they're feeding you is good for you. Um, but if it's something that's troubling you or you have difficulty digesting, like it's also digestion, like energy digestion, like emotions and thoughts are also energy, and they need to be digested properly, they need to be integrated properly. And if somebody is feeding you their mental pressure, their root pressure, their sacral sexual energy, and you're not designed to like hold on to so much and so intense, it can be overwhelming. So knowing your human design can help you. Oh, I have an open head. Oh, I have an open solar plexus. That means I take on other people's emotions very quickly, very intensely. That means I start to process thoughts and questions about like things that are irrelevant to my life. I just tend to pick up on those things. If I have an open sacral, that means that my sex drive and like um sexuality will be very dependent on who I'm with, because that person is actually going to feed me the sexual energy. I'm not the one that's going to be the generator, because then we can come to the generators, and the generators are 70% of humanity. They have the sacral defined, meaning that they are the ones that are, if you are not a generator and you're with a generator in a relationship, that the generator is going to be the person that fuels the sex life. That's going to be the person that's the generator, like the engine of most things that have to do related to sexual activity in the couple. App is slow, by the way, so typing is taking a hot minute. No worries. There's no rush. There's like a 2 hour live, so unless you're rushing, I'm not rushing anywhere. I'm just doing this. I'm doing this kind of like I'm trying to make a copper pyramid for to hold crystals. Um, and I'm just gonna slowly read what you guys say and answer questions and just chat away about human design, slowly sip my tea. So you can write an essay if you want. I'm gonna read it nonetheless. I create lines here. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe, like, join the community. Feel free to ask questions in the comments and share your story. Check out my educational audio courses. Human Design Basics and Human Design Intermediate are donation-based, meaning that you choose how much to pay. Projector Masterclass is $222. Elemental Balancing is also donation-based. Book a session of Human Design Coaching for $111. Book a session of Holistic Therapy for $111. Join us on the Insight Timer app for live sessions. Get my free ebooks and join my newsletter. Everything mentioned has much more information and is described in detail and available on my website, icreatelines.com. Peace, health, and abundance.